What's up, 639? I'm doing my birth rate video for the first challenge, and so I kind of didn't know how to approach this at first, but I guess I decided that, as many of you saw, during some parts of the trip, I was vigorously writing in my journal, and for a lot of the entries I was writing about each and every one of you. So I'm just going to try to go as quickly as I can about everything that I really loved and miss about all of you guys. So I'm going to go completely out of order. First I'll start with Laura and Rachel, our Jersey girls. They were my first roommates while we were in Jerusalem, and right away, they were just, we clicked really well, and they definitely like the funnest girls to go out and party with, and, just go out dancing and having a great time with. And, yeah, they were just so fun, and I can't wait to visit them in Jersey and learn how to turnpike and all that good stuff. And next I have the Lavin sisters, Amanda and Melissa. Great girls, thing one and thing two, stuck by each other the whole time. It must have been such an amazing experience to have, being with your sister in Israel, and they were so fun to be around, and, just all around just funny and good girls. Next I have Rob. Rob was a man of very few words, but when we talked, he's really smart, and he never hesitated to come over and, smoke the hookah with us. Very cool guy. Next I have Mr. Stamos. Uncle Jesse is such a smart guy. Anytime we were doing some kind of political trivia, I was just like, Spencer, who's the Prime Minister of Israel again? Yeah. And he always knew, and if he runs for president, I'm totally voting for him. Next I have Noam. Noam was the first male Israeli soldier that I met, and I totally admire him and appreciate him for all of his patience and frustration with teaching me words, and then in Hebrew, and then me forgetting them in 5 seconds. I wear your hat proudly more than I wear my Boston hat, and I'm really happy that you gave it to me, Koda. Next I have Steph. Steph was such a sweet girl, super, super peachy, and always was such a good listener, and always good to talk to, and sorry, I'm trying to go as fast as I can. Next I have Roxanne and Mr. Zaki, and I will always remember doing the dead celery with you in the clubs. That was so funny, and it was awesome being a part of your bar mitzvah, and, watching, you become Roxanne. That was really cool. Next I have Noya. Miss Noya, I love just going up to Noya when I barely knew her and just playing with her hair and rustling her crazy lion hair. You must have got so annoyed with me, I'm sorry, but I really have to thank her for her bravery around us when we were at the IDF cemetery, and she shared her story about the soldier that she watched passed away, and I think we all learned something so valuable from her, whether you're a soldier, a student, young, old, whatever, life can be taken away from you in a nanosecond, and we really have to appreciate it. So thank you for sharing with us, Noya. Next I have Callie. Callie, you get best dressed for my vote. Absolutely. I would love to just go and steal all your clothes. You and Michelle Khan. Michelle Khan, I really wish you the best of luck while you're in New York, and I can't wait to see what you produce in the world, either, artistically or anything. I'm sure you're going to do amazing things. Next I have Jordan. Jordan, I'm really sorry if this offends you, but you totally look like Taylor Lautner. To me, that's a huge compliment, but you were so polite and so, easy to, go and talk to, very approachable, and it was always, nice just sitting down and having a conversation with you. Eric, you totally get best smile in my book, whether I was boring you to death with a story or just talking to you about, the day, whatever, you always had the biggest smile on your face, and that's always so nice to have with a person, so I'll never lose that. Next I have the Burnick sisters, Allison and Jane. You two are so lovely, and I totally wish I had, your posture, and it was so funny watching you guys, speak with your hands, and you were so, animated. It was just so nice, Beautiful girls, just so fun to be around, and, I love dancing with you guys at the club and everything, it was you know, I really bonded with you guys, and towards the end when we were leaving, I think we definitely get like the sappy awards, you know, just leaving. We just couldn't keep the waterworks back, but it totally made me like close to you guys, like opening up, just being like, it's okay to cry, just cry. Next I have Wes. Wesley totally saved me on the trip going to Austria. He came and sat with me and had a little sacrifice to sit there because he got the aisle seat, and like the whole time he was just getting people's asses just like in his face, and I was there for his like emotional support. It was touching. It was real special between us. I got you, Wes. And next I had Jeremy Laker. Love and know I like her. I totally got so close with Jeremy, and he was such a good sport with me about being my photographer because silly me forgot a camera, and I really wish him luck while he's in the Army. I know that he will do awesome while he's there. Next I have Hannah, Miss Hannah. She is such a firecracker. I love you to death, and I got so close with her, and she was my roomie for most of the trip. And I will always miss, you know, like swearing and being totally vulgar with you and just like scaring people, both American and Israeli. Next I have Nadav. Nadav is, he taught me Zorem, which is like go with the flow and just, you know, come what may, you know, just let whatever happens happens and just roll with it. And he, you know, he totally, we had so many really deep conversations about, you know, tons of things, and we still talk every day about like where we're going to travel and all these places, and I hope that we get to go to all of them together. And I always remember his dancing, you know, whether it was music, no music, and Nadav always made his own music and just started dancing, you know, no matter what, and I love that. Ron is next on my list. Dude, you are like the worst medic, but it's okay, we all love you. And I learned so much from you, and you're so open-minded, and I had so much fun, you know, talking to you and, you know, learning things from you about your culture and everything. Next I have Shahar. Shahar, you're such a gentle soul, and I think you have a certain kind of strength because you are so sensitive and everything, and I'm happy that we shared a moment out in the desert when we were singing the Shemaz all together. He really taught me the deeper meaning of it, and I'm really happy that we got to, you know, experience that together. I'll always remember that. Next I have Court. You have awesome boobs, and and you were always so bubbly and awesome and just great to be around. You know, you were always so enthusiastic, you know, and that was really nice to have, especially on, you know, those like 1,000-degree weather days where you're just sweating your ass off, and you were just there to cheer us up. And next I have Elliot. Elliot, you were such a big teddy bear and so sweet. You and Alec were totally like the teddy bears in the group, and when I was like super emotional and like sad going home back to the States, Elliot was on my shuttle, and he was like, alright, this is where I get off, and you know, he was like one of the last people I said goodbye to before I went back to Boston, and he gave me a kiss on the forehead and was like, love ya, you know, we'll see you soon, alright, goodbye. And I think I really needed it like right then, you know. Elliot was always kind of there to like give you what you needed. And Amanda Porras, God love you, and you as a cheap date. You make me feel like I'm not a lightweight. But you were so genuine and so, you know, honest and so sweet, and I loved, you know, that we got to spend a lot of time together on the trip. It was really nice. Next I have Ben Tillman. I love that you always speak your mind, and you have such a voice to you, and you know, there were times I'd just be like, what did he just say? Like, did he really just say that out loud? But I would just be like, you know, he's going to say what he's going to say, and you can take it or leave it, you know, whatever. That's really, you know, something you respect in someone. Next I have Jess Gilbert. Such a fun girl, just so fun to be around, and always spoke her mind too. You know, I loved our little conversations and sneaking off from the group to get coffee because we are like desperate coffee people, and just like so nice, you know, your honesty, and just like your brutal honesty was just like awesome and very refreshing to have around. Um, Next I have Amanda and Jeremy Sachs. Amanda, I could just listen to you talk all day. Like, you had like the softest, nicest voice to listen to, like super soothing. And Jeremy, you were always like just such a nice guy, you know. Like, I remember going out, I felt like I had so much makeup on and stuff, and I just like would go up to Jeremy and he'd be like, no, like, you're good, you know. So he was always just looking out for you. And next I have Melissa Weinroth. You absolutely have California sun bottled up in you, and you just like emitted just like with happiness, and I felt like I just couldn't be sad around you. You know, you just put me in a great mood because you were just so sweet. Next I have Matt Beletsky. He was like the first guy I met when I came to the airport, and he convinced me he was my guide. Mr. Joker over here. He asked me for my passport and everything, and I just like gave it right to him, and I totally bought his whole thing. But yeah, it just showed right away that he had that personality, just super outgoing. Next is Lior. Lior and I got really close, and I didn't expect to get so close with, you know, so many people, but mostly her. I got so close with her. I think we have very similar minds and hearts, and we just connected on such a deep level just really quickly, and I totally consider her as like one of my sisters, just like the rest of you guys. You know, I think we really became a family. Next I have Bar. Bar, you were the cutest, like mousiest little thing. I would love to just like put you in my pocket and like walk around with you all day. You're just so adorable and so just so sweet, you know, all the time, and so like innocent. And next I have Laura. Laura, one of our guides. I totally learned so much from her, and I'm definitely going to take her up on all the advice she gave me on different volunteer work and getting more involved in Israel, and I really wish her luck while she stays in Israel for the next 6 months. Next I have Tanya. Tanya was one of the first people I met, one of the Arizona girls, and I just knew, you know, by meeting the first few people. I think it was Matt, Tanya, and Callie were the first people I met at JFK, and I knew when I met, you know, when I met her and met them, that I was going to have such an amazing trip with, like, really good people, and I knew I was going to get close to a lot of people, so I'm glad I started my trip with her, and I ended my trip with her on the way back home, so that was nice. And then I have Daniel. Danny, such a good guy all around. I wish we spent more time together. Like, I didn't really hang out with Danny too much. I totally thought you and Michelle were brother and sister when I first met you guys. But definitely, you know, like, just a sweet kid, yeah. And next I have Emily. I totally wish I could borrow Emily's mind for a second, just because she was like our fly on the wall, you know. She, I think, got to witness all of us as a group, you know, from a distance, and I think she kind of saw all the magic melt between us and everything. I would love to, you know, I would have loved to see things from her perspective, because she totally kind of stepped out from everything and saw, you know, and saw all of us connecting, and that's so cool. Next I have Sophia. Such a strong presence from Sophia, you know, totally leader, like always on a mission, like knew where she was going, and you know, that's like the best way I can describe her. It's just a very strong presence, you know, about her, very confident, and I love that. Next I have Paige. Paige is such a sweet girl, and like, you know, kind of shy at first, but you know, just very nice, and you know, she has like that crazy side that comes out, and it was so fun to be around both sides of her. Next is Sage. Oh, God love you, Sage. No matter what, you know, got the group laughing the whole time, and you were always fun to be around, and you know, you just couldn't help but have like an eat shit grin around Sage the whole time, because he was just ridiculously funny and didn't even know it. That's like the best kind of funny, is when the person doesn't even know it. And I loved watching you attack Yal. I hope you two like get married. Next I have Julia, my other Boston sister over there. I loved watching you just whoop everybody running up those stairs, you know, you should totally be like in the Olympics or something, you know, it's just like, I like totally appreciate your athleticism and everything, and you know, you were so intelligent and you held such a good conversation. And next I have Danny and Sam. Sam definitely nailed it on the head with the one-liners. You know, he could just take a situation and wrap it all up into one sentence and just deliver, and it was just so awesome. And Danny is like the definition of Zoram, the just go with the flow. Just I'm so jealous that I didn't follow you to that rock concert that you guys found or whatever. I totally would have been about that, but I'm glad you guys got to go, and I hope you guys enjoy traveling together. Omer, everybody's little Buddha. I think we all individually and as a whole learned from him, and I got really close with him, and you know, he was just so captivating and, you know, great to talk to, you know, and always, you know, made you think deeply about things, and I think we all definitely should remember what we learned from him. Next I have Miriam. Miriam made me my gift out of the safety instructions from the Austrian plane, so she kept me safe the whole time. So bless Miriam. Next I have Noah. Noah definitely always had your back, always was there for advice, or if you needed a vent or anything, you know, he was always just good to have around, and you know, always there to tell you something weird that you never knew. Next I have Edith. Edith definitely had a wisdom beyond her years. You know, she was quiet and everything, but you know, talking to her was so, she was just so smart and had just such a good, she just had such good conversation and was very articulate, you know. And then next I have the other Ben. Ben and I had a good time shopping together in Tel Aviv. He was such a good sport, so patient with me while I'm buying ridiculous things, and then I helped him buy stuff for his girlfriend, so that was, you know, that was a good time. You know, he definitely was like, you know, a good shopping buddy. He was such a good sport. And last but not least is Yael. Yael is just so beautiful and really taught us so much history, and we, you know, our trip would have been so different without her. You know, all of her cultural and historical knowledge of Israel was so helpful, and I think helped us connect even stronger to Israel than, you know, we would on our own devices. And then of course Zev. I mean, gotta thank Zev, you know, getting us everywhere from A to B to C to D, and, you know, keeping us air conditioned, and he was just there, you know, also like Emily, you know, seeing us as from a distance, you know, seeing us being a part of our group, but also just being the fly on the wall, you know, seeing the magic happen between all of us. But that's everybody, and I'm sorry that this video is so long. It's 1:50 in the morning. I'm a mess, but I just wanted to get this video out. And I love you all, and you're all so beautiful, and you know, you all mean so much to me. And I will see you at our reunion when we win this thing.